Hey guys, RC Buster back with another video today. Today we're going to be testing out these Proline 1.0 Hyrax tires. We've had a little bit of use on them so far, but we're going to give them a good test run today. Show off some how they do. We're going to compare them at the end a little bit and talk a little bit on how they do compared to some other tires and what my thoughts are on them. But we're going to get into it and we're going to test these tires out. We're going to do a bunch of different lines on the track. We're going to do some hill climbing, some downhill descent, some side hilling. And I'm going to try to find some cool areas on the track to really show off if these tires are going to do very good or not on our course. So let's get into it. Alright, so here we are on our course. The first test we're going to do with these tires is we're going to do an uphill climb on one of our most difficult hills we have on our course. We're going to see if these tires can find some grip and be able to make it up this hill. Right off the bat, they gripped up real good, climbed right up it. They're going to make it all the way up to the top of the hill, and they'll even be able to make it all the way back down. So perfect there. We're going to try to get turned around here, and then we'll go back down the hill and see how they do on the downhill. Alright, so here we are. We're going to do the downhill on these tests on these tires. They did really good on the uphill test. None of the other tires we've tested in video I've been able to make it up this hill. This hill is very difficult. But we're going to see how they do going down, if they want to slide a little bit or not. They're not sliding a whole lot. Doing pretty good so far. They turned pretty good. Got a little bit of slide there. They made it down pretty good. Not too bad. We're going to go over and we're going to try the side hill test on them next. See how that goes. See how the sidewall flexes. Alright, so this is going to be side hill flex test number 1. I got a second spot I'm going to try out on this. I'm going to back up and go forward a little bit here and try to get up higher on this hill to get a good line going across to see how they're going to flex. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of sidewall flex. They got a pretty good sidewall. With these little trucks, a lot of the tires don't have a whole lot of sidewall flex. Usually once you get into the real tall tires like the mudslingers and stuff like that, they'll start to flex. We're going to see how far we can make it up. Not too bad. Lost a big grip there. See if we can save it. Get a little bit different of the line. Falling it up and over. We're going to run all the way across the course here. Over to this area. We're going to do another side test. Hopefully the truck's got enough low weight to be able to make it all the way up and through. And not end up flipping somewhere. Overall, these tires, they did pretty good. Let's see how they do on a sidewall test, on a side hill. Try to get up on there as far as we can. Let's see. They seem to grip pretty good. Got a whole lot of bite to them. They're doing real good on our course. Our course is usually pretty slick. Alright, so the next line we have here is this little hill climb. Got a couple logs in the way. A lot of the trucks, they like to slide here at the bottom. They like to spin at the bottom. These are going to slide just like the others. So if we get a little bit of momentum, usually I can bounce up over it. There we go. Let's see how far up we can make it. And see if we're going to be able to get enough grip to go up and around this corner. Fights good up over the log. A little bit of a high center, but the truck makes it over. Some of the tires I use, I got to get a little momentum to make it up that. So once it gets high center there. These tires are doing pretty good so far. See what other areas we can find to test on the course on. Alright, we're going to get another climb here. These tires have been pretty good so far. They seem to be gripping real good on our course. Which is good because usually it stays pretty slick. They just climb right on up and over. Perfect. Almost no slip at all. Tires are biting real good and trucks are crawling right on along. We're going to go to another hill climb spot and see how they do there. It's a little bit steeper and a smooth incline. I'm going to see how they do there. Alright, so we're at the next spot. This hill here, it's a pretty steep climb. It's pretty smooth all the way up. We're going to run up it and see how it does, if it's going to have any issues with grip or not. This is probably going to be a little bit more slick than some of the other spots on the course. But these tires, it just doesn't seem to matter to them. They're going to truck right on through it. Looking good so far. We have some other videos up on the channel of the Proline mud cylinders that have just come out. We compare them to some of the stock tires and stuff as well. So if you want to check that out and see how they compare to, say, the stock tires or some of the Enduro tires, we have a video of that up on the channel as well. Let's go find another spot here and see what we can find. We got another spot here in our down low section of our course. Hopefully this course is starting to break in a little bit, but we tested this in the last tire test video as well, so you can go back and look at it comparative. So far these tires are doing great. Got high center there, a little high center, coming right along. I'm gonna try to swing it over and go up this little hill there. Usually look at some grip issues there. Let's see how they do. So far they're getting along good. I'm liking how they run. These are some of my favorite tires. Like I said, we've been using them for a little bit. This is my first run with them, but I figured I'd go ahead and do a little test video for y'all. Watch. A little wheel speed there. See if you find any grip. Okay. A little momentum, right up and over. Not too bad. We get the truck moved around, we're going to move across. And we're going to do a steep downhill right there, and then we'll do the uphill on the other side. Let's move on around the course here, and let's see how they do on the downhill. If they're going to slide here, it doesn't look too crazy on camera, but it is a pretty steep decline. Let's see how they do. Try to go real easy on the throttle. Very little slide, just a little bit right there at the bottom. As you can see, this is pretty steep. We're going to head back up now and see how they grip on the way up this hill. Like a champ. No issue there at all. You can see we can swing it around this corner pretty tight. Sure can. We're gonna go on another downhill section here and see how they perform, and then we'll go up another uphill. So far these tires are doing good. I'll give a full review and talk a little more in depth on them here in a few minutes. So far, man, this thing, these tires are just doing great. I'm really impressed with how these tires have been performing for me. Yeah, doing a real good job. Another line we're going to try here is across the course a little bit. It's a pretty steep climb. Let's see if we can make it up this right here with these tires. Got high centered a little bit. And the tires just fine grip. The tires are doing awesome. So far, I mean, I just can't find anywhere they really just have any trouble with. These tires grip up good. I'd say they all do almost as good as the Patagonia Milestar tires from RC 4-wheel drive. We have a set of those. They do real good as well. There's some good tires out there. It's hard to find a little bit. I'm try to work our way up. We'll go up to the big long bridge here. Try to work my way around to it instead of cutting all over the place. Try to give y'all some good raw footage of these tires. That and this Bronco, it's a great crawling truck. Got quite a few mods done on it. Got another video on it as well if y'all want to check that out. I'll put a card up in the corner if y'all want to go check it out. Same with other tire review videos. I'll throw a card in the video somewhere for it as well. We're going to go up this uphill here, up to the top of the bridge. This one's not too steep of a climb, but it is on our newer section. The newer section does stay pretty stiff. Or, not stiff, but slick. So far, man, they're just crawling right along. No issue whatsoever. Really impressed with these tires. I mean, just slow crawling all the way up to the top. No issue there. See how they do on the downhill. A little bit of slip, not a whole lot. Still manageable. We'll swing around here, and we'll film going down this other steep downhill section. Let's see how they do down this. And then we'll go down the other steep descent. We'll work our way around the course and go back down this other steep descent on the other side. See if we can get turned around here. All right, these tires are doing great. Overall, I'm impressed with these. Still gonna give a little in-depth review. I know a few issues I have with them. We'll talk about them here in a moment. Let's see how they do down here, and then we'll get into a review and some thoughts on what I think about these tires. Coming down the hill now. Not a whole lot of slip. Tires are doing real good. Be good down that section. Alright, so we'll wrap it up with the driving for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed my driving. I know I'm not the best at it all the time. But let's get into a review on these tires. Let's talk about them a little bit. So let's get into it. Alright guys, we just got done running these Proline Hyrax tires. I'm going to compare them a little bit with the stock tires and then these Enduro tires again. I have another video on the channel for y'all to check out that has these Proline 1.0 Super Swampers. But overall, these tires, they grip really good. They have real good compound and good foams in them, just like the Super Swampers. They do better than the air-filled tires. They're a little bit firmer. These like to vacuum up a little bit. I need to vent them. If I vented them, they wouldn't vacuum up as bad. And they do better than these Enduro tires. The Enduro tires are just really firm compared to these. And they're just not a very good compound. They don't have a lot of good grip. They don't do much better than the stock. They look a little better. Some places, they're kind of back and forth. Sometimes they do better and sometimes they don't. The only problem I have with these Proline tires, for the most part, is with the bead locks I have anyways, they like to de-bead themselves. They'll pull themselves off the bead of the tire. And so I end up having to remount them all the time. Other than that, they're a real good tire, and I'm happy with them. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video and my review on these tires. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.